Can you flash a tower light on 3, please? See? Yeah, that means it's on. So if you see that, we're learning. First thing. So you should have it followed. One photo.
I'm from the Nazi side.
The red one was my song. Alright, let's rock and roll. Please! Places, please! James, out of the way, please!
Just say your start.
Come up on camera 2.
It's okay.
3, 2, 1.
Science!
Screaming coffee science time to start, right? You're supposed to... Stoners are like, wait, am I watching this on TV right now, or you're actually here?
Scott's here making us smarter one dumb question at a time.
No doubt. Tonight's movie, Impossible Kid, considering your extensive background in genetics.
Yes.
And kids.
And
what that
I joke, because that's true.
But seriously, man, what genetically has to happen to create a person that's 2'9"? I mean, it's like we're witnessing a miracle on film here, and how come there aren't more small people like this?
Yeah, so actually 70% of dwarfs, you're not supposed to call them midgets now, you're supposed to call them dwarfs. 70% of dwarfism is caused by a mutation in a particular protein called FGFR3. So FGFR3
is the rest of the 30% of them made of a
it's actually a whole bunch of different things, but this is the one that's
Mm-hmm.
predominant. So this is interesting. What this protein does is it catalyzes the conversion of cartilage to bone. So as you're getting older, you start converting your cartilage to bone because cartilage is flexible, you can get taller. When it becomes bone, you can't get taller, right? So what FGFR3 does when it's mutant, kind of the opposite of most mutations, most mutants actually stop a protein from working. What this protein does is it works too much. So first picture we're going to show you. In this case, what you're seeing is the mice on the left have normal FGFR3, and the mice on the right have a mutant form that's overactive. And again, what an overactive form of this protein would do is it would make all their cartilage turn to bone way too quickly. So they get stuck in a very small shape.
So Richard Gere chooses the one on the right.
Hey,
hey, come on! That's some old school right there.
And eventually the one on the left. So this is actually the reason, though, that you can also have dwarfs that can have a normal-sized child. This is actually a dominant mutation. So in other words, dwarfs have one copy that makes them too short. But if their other copy is normal and they both pass on the normal copy, they can actually have a kid that's twice their size and probably decides when it goes to bed.
So
Scott fights.
Is it true that if you fight a dwarf and the dwarf beats you, you become a dwarf?
They can chop the legs down. Yes, I
think that's true.
Real quick, Scott fights. The question on everyone's mind.
Yes.
Wang Wang, the actor in this movie. Is he proportionate, or does he have normal sized junk?
He is. I haven't looked at Wang Wang's junk.
But genetically,
Wang Wang is Wang. He actually has a different kind of dwarfism, which we'll talk about in a future episode. I hope. Teaser.
It's true. It's genuinely good.
Doing the beast from.
Because I think if Wang Wang had a normal size, if you're 2'9", you have a normal size penis. That's going to be a disadvantage to you. Your testicles are as big as your fucking penis. That worked, man. Can you imagine having a penis a third the size of that?
It's actually.
You want bananas or Scott? You want bananas or beast first?
The beast will not banana. Beast first.
I just wanted to talk about it.
Beast, not the banana.
So back to what we were talking about a couple weeks ago, Scott Weiss. Wait,
I like when you're looking straight at you.
Alright, let's do this. Stand by. Camera 2, 3, 2, 1.
Science! Scott Weiss, he's a real doctor, he's a real scientist, and his name really is Scott Weiss.
That part's true.
And his address is really...
Tonight's movie, Beast from the Haunted Cave. This spider monster
Euphemism
beast.
for a lady part, right?
I think so.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Very symbolic, but the fact of the matter is, this beast is using mind control and venom to kill people. Now, can a spider like venom really kill somebody?
And so it actually depends on how you ask the question. So the definition of how toxic a venom is how many mice, believe it or not, can a single bite kill. And so the most venomous spider in the world is called the Brazilian wandering spider. It can kill 225 mice with a single bite. What's interesting about these is that in general they don't attack people, but sometimes they do. We're going to show you a picture one here.
Why does that look like a giant?
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. I could probably just stop talking now.
Roughly.
At this point.
Just for a couple minutes.
Just for a couple minutes. It's just all looking okay. Segment over. Cool.
But it really looks like that.
No, so yeah, that's their attack posture. This is actually one of the few spiders that can kill someone. It's killed a couple of children in Brazil in the last couple of years. In general, they don't kill people because their bites tend to be dry bites, which is sort of like the dry hump of biting. What they do is they bite, but they don't actually, in general, inject venom into people. So you can get bit by this, but not actually die. However, even if you live in the safety of Europe or America, and you're nowhere near the Brazilian rainforest where this thing lives, you may actually get bit by the Brazilian wandering spider. These actually like to stow away on bananas. And so occasionally you'll find people with bananas from the store, picture 2, right there. There's
Whoa! Picture of bananas! Awesome!
You should always check your bananas carefully.
Rad!
So to speak.
Don't eat bananas.
So don't eat bananas, yeah. So yeah, you could get bit by this, you probably won't die, even though it is technically the most venomous spider on Earth.
You just saw a graphic of bananas here on Creepy Coffee Movie Time. Let's hear for Scott Bites!